Hey, what's happening? So, Arsenal? What the fuck's going on there? Crazy football club, crazy times, fans scrapping in the stands. Well, not really scrapping in the stands, genuinely waving fists in directions of other people and then being pulled apart. No, stop me, stop me. No, seriously, stop me. See, if you could just stop me, that'd be tremendous. But it's all going off, and you know, people who've now made Arsenal Fan TV a weekly part of their footballing lives will understand just how badly wrong it's going at Arsenal at the moment. Arsene Wenger firmly entrenched in the football club, as we know, and something needs to be done. And the hardest thing about this, I think, for Arsenal fans is we, as fans of any other football club other than that, with the exception of maybe Manchester United fans, have no real insight into that world. Because yeah, you know, we can look at it and we can say we've sacked managers, we're a club that likes to give managers time, yeah. There is no comparing to a guy who's been there that long in the job. You know, it's never going to happen again, and there's no one even remotely close to that, particularly in the Premier League, of being a club for that level of time. So when things are going mental and we see the reactions, I have to be perfectly honest, don't 100% agree with a lot of the reactions, but the further this goes on, the more I start to appreciate why fans feel the need to do this. And look, I think holding banners up inside the ground, it's tacky, it's a bit cheap. Plain banners, can't stand them. The most cringeworthy things in football, you know, after Steve McLaren's hairline. But something's got to be done, and there's the problem with it. When you feel as though your access has been stripped away, and look, we all feel like that. That's the way modern football's going. We're being more and more maligned. We're being pushed into a corner. We're being told that, yeah, our money, yeah, thanks very much for the money, but your opinion, nah, you're okay. We'll tell you what your opinion is, provided you keep coming in here, spending that money on tickets, spending that money on replica kits. Fine, we don't really give a shit what you think, because ultimately, you know, you're just the fans. We know better than you. I'll be honest, we're a little bit scared of you as well. The feeling of being trapped and being helpless and having no real impact. Look, the football exists on the conceit that we have an impact of what happens there. We have to feel that. That's why we wear our lucky socks on a match day. That's why we wear shirts that we haven't washed for 6 possibly years.
It's a disgrace.
That's why we go through all these routines, because, you know, maybe deep down we know that we don't really have a vast amount of impact. But what Arsenal Football Club are doing right now is basically slapping the fans across the face and saying, shut up, your opinions don't matter. And I'm not suggesting that 100% of Arsenal fans are totally against Arsene Wenger and want Arsene Wenger out immediately. Of course, it's not the case. It absolutely can't be the case, because in every walk of life, there's two sides to every coin. There are always people who have opinions, and there are always people who have counter opinions to that. But for that amount of people to be that vociferous in the voice, and listen, blame it on the exposure that Arsenal Fan TV are giving these people all you want, but it's bollocks, because these are the conversations that are happening on the stands, they're happening in the pubs around the ground, and unfortunately this is the way the football's gone. That the sensible reaction would be for Arsenal to take action. But it just genuinely looks like either Arsene Wenger's going, they're going, Arsene, we had little rumblings, Arsene, how's it going? He's going, no, it's fine. Très bien. No, c'est magnifique. No, it's okay. Look over there. Whatever it is you're doing, probably over in America, keep looking over there. US baseball and fat people and stuff. You know, the point is that it looks as though there's a real disconnect between board, manager and the will of the fans. And look, I agree that fans shouldn't be given too much control, because once you militarise a fan base, it's very difficult to bring that back. Liverpool had to go through that when we were trying to get rid of Hicks and Gillette, and it meant you've got fans who are ready, they put down the pitchforks when the job's done, but they don't throw the pitchforks away. And whenever things get dicey again, you're always at that, once you've done it once, it's much easier to activate that again. And so that is the issues that they face. But my God, you come out and make a statement, not this, I have made my decision. Nice one, Arsene. Don't be a dickhead. Let us know what it is. Don't even let me, I don't care. Let them know. Arsene, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? I would get it if he was doing a 2-part special. Star Trek The Next Generation, the Borg, they've got Picard, got a fire on him, they're going to kill him, Mr. Worf, fire, dun, 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 whatever, EastEnders, you know, end it on a cliffhanger. Great, get people tuning in next week. That's not how footy works, Arsene. Maybe it does. Maybe he's a revolutionary again. Maybe he's revolutionising how fans react to the clubs. Who knows? You know, he helped revolutionise the game in the 90s. Maybe this is the next step. But teasing shit, honestly, Arsene.
If you announce a decision on your future, do you think that will change the attitude of the fans that are protesting, that are flying planes in the sky?
I don't know. Don't worry. I will. I know what I will do in my future. So you will soon know, and very soon.
Get a grip of yourself, mate. All the fans want to know is what's happening. And look, I think we're at a point now where even if Arsenal comes out and signs a 2-year contract, which is weird that he's being given the option, to be perfectly honest, it smacks of Arsenal were not prepared for this backlash. And if Arsenal weren't prepared for this backlash, Arsenal quite clearly do not listen to their fans. And as I say, whilst that's not necessarily a shocker in the grand scheme of things, really?
I'm not making it poisonous. This fucking fraud is making it poisonous, yeah?
Really?
It's a fucking joke. I've had enough of this shit, blood.
I mean, I know you don't wander, your owners don't wander around your football ground at the end of a match, but get a sense of it. Get a sense of the aggression. Jesus Christ, I can feel it from 300 miles away. You should be able to get a reasonable sense that things are not quite comfy at your football club. And it isn't just a band of radicalised dickheads who are making loads of noise, which again, it happens, but there's a tipping point when you get it, and here's the tipping point for me. Football in the modern day has become more and more passive aggressive. It's become people kicking off about shit hidden behind faceless profiles and avatars and things that aren't their names, creating wanky hashtags to rally people behind causes. No, that's a load of bullshit. When there's a real cause, real causes cause people to get off their asses, to get out the houses and to get on the streets and march in support of things. And let's be honest, Wexit is a massively wanky slogan to use, dear God. But still, you can't ignore fans when they're going out of that way. Liverpool did this, and they did it in a completely different way. When the owners were threatening Rafa Benitez's position, they were linking, they'd gone and spoken to Jurgen Klinsmann. Liverpool fans took to the streets before a Champions League game and marched in support of the manager. They're the things you can't ignore. And people might say, I don't like these people. You might not like these people, but you've got to respect the way in which they are going about it, because look, if you could get people to collectively get out their house and get together behind emotion, look how rarely that happens, and look at the things it happens for. It doesn't happen for nothing. Most of the things that happen in modern footy now, again, hide behind hashtags and fucking plane banners. So whether you agree with them or not, I personally have got a lot of respect for the people who've taken the time out of the days to make the voices heard and put the faces out there. And that's what it's down to, is that if there's a counterbalance to it, then those people need to get motivated and show themselves out there. And I'll be honest, I'll give Arsenal Fan TV stick all you want, and I'll stand up for Robbie. I like Robbie, he's a nice guy, he's a mate. I've got no love for Arsenal or Arsenal fans or Arsenal Football Club. I remember them pipping us to the title. It's as simple as that. I don't want to see them succeed. I don't want to see their fans happy. But if those people get motivated, I have no doubt that Arsenal Fan TV would cover both sides. So if that's your complaint, you're wrong, soz. But ultimately, what this boils down to is Arsene Wenger and the board need to make a decision, one way or the other, for better or for worse. And whilst I don't see that signing new contracts ever going to unify the Arsenal fan base, it's always going to be hanging over their head. It's only ever going to be one bad result away from, why did you bother? Why extend the contract? Same old shit, different year. But at least it takes the edge off till the end of the season, and you can get Arsenal Football Club can get plans in motion for a replacement. Or look, just come out and say, just let them have it, let them have the peace. Just say, listen, I'm done, thanks very much, it's been a wonderful ride. But what's he clinging on for? I genuinely don't know. Is it for one last hurrah? Is it for the FA Cup to just go out on a high? Or does he genuinely believe that another FA Cup will paper over the cracks? I've got no idea. Let me know your thoughts on the Arsenal situation in the comments below. It's mad. But anyway, that's my take on Arsenal, Wenger, protests, and let's face it, they're probably going to need a hard Wexit, aren't they? Sounds horrendous, doesn't it? But yeah, let us know your thoughts on that. That's my thoughts for what it's worth.